So day 5 of Bryan's adventures on Jones Jaunts. We're just setting off from Crick, just going under Bridge 11 on the Leicester arm of the Grand Union Canal. How'd you feel after yesterday, Bryan?
Yeah, tired, achy a little bit. It was extremely hard work, but it's canal life with canal time.
You're looking forward to a nice day just cruising then. So we're 18 miles away from Foxton, or 18-ish miles away from Foxton, and I believe there's no locks between here and there, so should hopefully be a nice easy day of cruising. One tunnel, Bosworth tunnel I believe it is. Can't remember how long it is, but probably about half a mile or so. We may not make Foxton, we might. It's going to be a longish day regardless, but depends on how much moored up traffic and moving traffic there really is. We may only do 8 miles if it's wall to wall moored boats, but we shall see. So we're just approaching Jaunts Marina. Lovely little place apparently, never been in. In the middle of nowhere there, slipway is just up there, where they can drag you out and you can have your boat on hard standing and do work to it and the like. But this is the marina. I wonder if cruising the cuts at home. So it's about 10 to 11, we've been going for just over 2 hours. We're about 5.5 miles in, which is looking good. So we're on the junction here for the Bosworth arm. We're going left up to Foxton. Right now, Bosworth arm into Bryan. Yeah, we're 25 miles away from 18 miles away from Jaunts. See what it said to Foxton, I think it about 7 miles. But we shall see soon. I was expecting a bigger sign than the one that's there. But all the junctions that I've seen really have had big signs on it telling you where to go and so on, and that one's kind of anticlimactic. There is a boat coming. (1,071 meters, 1,171 yards. So there you go, we're out of the tunnel now. We didn't escape, or we didn't get through unscathed. You can see bits of the tunnel wall on there, and I think I've lost a couple of clips for my canopy off the side there. It does, oh crap, it does jet out quite a bit. Looks like Bryan was just pointing out to me that I've just torn the corner of my canopy at the front there, but there you go, that's part of boating. Nice church spire over there, lovely little views high up. So Bryan's steering, so I get to have a close inspection of broken bits on my boat from the tunnel. Fortunately it's all replaceable, but yeah, a couple of bits ripped off, lots of brickwork on the gunnel. yeah. Ah well, lesson learned. I'd already taken the cratch cover off to protect that in the tunnel. But lesson learned, when I do get this all repaired, to take the front end off too, or take the pram cover off, tuck it in as well. These little things are easy enough to replace, they're cheap enough, but the cratch cover, or the actual the canvassy bit, that's the expensive bit. So, oh well. As they say, stuff happens. Right, looks like we timed that really well. Boat has only just gone into Foxton Lock. Just spoke to one of the vloggers, and they're letting us go straight down. So cool. It's going to be immense. 2 sets of 5 staircase locks. Brilliant. So Foxton is pretty much the same deal as Watford. One lock empties into a side pound, which then is used to fill the lock below. But the bottom lock gate is the top lock gate for the next lock down, and there's a group of 5 locks, and then a little pound, and then a group of 5 locks. I'm not exactly sure how far we go down. I think we've got one left. Just lost a hat deliberately. Several comments about my hats today. One woman very cheekily asked, "Oh, have you got lots? Can you spare that one?" So I've given her the hat I was wearing. So that's cool. You know, maybe I'll see it on Instagram or something like that at some point, but who knows. So yeah, I'm still amazed at the engineering of these things. No computer aided design, no excavation machines, just picks and shovels and manpower, really, just to dig it all out, and then the simple use of gravity to move boats up and down. It's just amazing, just amazing. Now the vlog here, my brother are just busy talking while the gates are open. Oh, try to open. Go on, someone open the gates. Okay, so we've moored up for the night and we've come for a little walk back up so I can get a proper look at the locks. These are the side pounds. So when you open the white gate there, it empties into here. When you open the red gate, it empties into the lock to fill up the next lock down. It was built in 1810 to 1814, so it took them 4 years to complete. It rises 75 feet over the period of around about 500 metres. The building at the top there is the top lock, and just beyond the bridge is the bottom lock there. So it was an experience coming down. I'm looking forward to going back up here tomorrow. Bryan's talking with some boaters that were moored up behind us last night, who are on holiday. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be there's a museum just up on the middle here as well. We're gonna wander up, see what time that opens. We may go to the museum tomorrow. We have a meal booked at the pub for tonight, so we're gonna have that. But it was an experience. It really was. It was very nice. It was surreal being surrounded by people just looking down and taking pictures and videos of the boat, and I think Bryan got more help than he both bargained for or wanted on this lock as well, with everybody trying to, "Can I open the lock for you?" kind of thing. But yeah, it was really good. Okay, so we've just stopped at the museum. 3-ton limit on the bridge, wherever the bridge is, but this is part of the old 1900 system that they put in, which was the Foxton Inclined Plane Trust. Museum unfortunately is shut now and doesn't open again till the weekend, so we're going to miss it tomorrow, which is unfortunate. I would have liked to have gone through the museum. a boat lift boiler house. So this was obviously the original boiler house. 2 giant boilers once sat in here raising steam to power the boat lift engine. The lift operated between 1900 and 1911, taking boats up and down the hill. For a while the locks were not used at all. So here's the middle pound and the pass in place. So you could get a boat come up halfway, boat come down halfway, meet in the middle, swap round, and here's the start of the second flight of 5 going up. So that's the entrance into the flight, or into the staircase. As you can see, the bottom gate of lock 8 is also the top gate of lock 9, which leads into lock 10. So the bottom gates of lock 9 and lock 10. And you get an idea here of how unstraight the flight is. There is a proper bend in there at the passing pound there. But what a view! How amazing! Okay, so a lovely information board here. George Duran was lockkeeper here from 1929 to 1947 and managed this rather strenuous job despite having only 1 leg and 1 eye. As well as greasing paddles, checking water levels, cleaning the stables, cutting grass, repairing lock gates, George would have passed messages between boat crews who always on the move would welcome news of family and friends. The canal was like a linear village, and the towpath telegraph was and still is a very efficient means of communication. The brick paving adjacent to the stable block to your right marks the site of the pigsty. The cottage gardens located on the other side of the lock were proudly cultivated to supply the family's vegetables, and any leftovers were sold to passing boaters. Our volunteer lock keepers perform many of the same tasks that George was doing almost 100 years ago, having to make the canal the welcoming place that you're enjoying today. Stop and say hello as you pass by. You might discover a new tale from the locks. So just here would have been the pigsty. Just over there would have been their allotment, and just here was the stable block where horses would be rested, changed, and so on. It actually says on there from 1814 these stables were a regular stop-off point for working horses after a long tiring day towing heavy boats. Want to take the weight off your feet, step inside and find out what the lives of boat horses on the canal. So again, shut, so unfortunately. And here's the lockkeeper's cottage, which is now a coffee shop, Top Block Coffee Shop. Okay, so we've moored up just close to the bottom of the locks. It's just through that bridge. Bryan's knackered.
Hard work.
Work made harder by the amount of people that were there, I would imagine. I did say earlier on the video, Bryan's getting help whether he likes it or not, whether he wanted it or not. But yeah, so just a quick assessment of the damage that was done in the tunnel. It's totally mangled that fit in there. It's pulled this bit out here. Mangled 1, 2, 3, completely broken that catch. That one's a little bit loose, so yeah, so could be worse. Oh, bit of a scratch there. I'm kind of glad that I haven't just had the boat painted, but yeah, that would have been most more annoying. And Bryan has bought me a wonderful little mug. So Foxton locks. There we go. I wonder what time in the morning they took that to get pretty much no one in the pictures. But yeah, so we've done just over 18.5 miles. We set off at 9:15 this morning. It's now 4:15 in the afternoon. We're having a beer and then we're probably going to the pub. Enjoy.